Hello, and thank you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City. I'm your host, Cortney Bloomer. Today's episode is brought to you by the Wired Wednesday Digital Artists Group, bringing you the Carson Creepy Film Festival. Come screen the films at the Brewery Arts Center on October 21st. For more information, visit wiredwednesday.org. Our guest today is Matthew Embrey. He's the Executive Director of Compassionate Connections Matter. Welcome, Matthew.
Thank you.
All right. Tell us a little bit about your organization, which is fairly new here in our area.
Yes, we were incorporated in April, and I started this because of the Pulse nightclub shooting last year on June 12th. Really, what it came down to was that we need a little bit more compassion in our society, or the culture, it seems, of the U.S. is changing for some reason. So after this event happened, it shook me to the core, and for the next week I went out into the community to try and see what I could do just to console those who really were affected. That taught me that there's actually a lot of love everywhere. So I came up with this idea, why don't I do this as a full-time kind of thing? So with that, I came up with a plan, so to speak, of every June 12th to go ahead and promote kindness by doing a national holiday of hugs. Anywhere you are, it doesn't matter, go ahead and give hugs kind of thing. And the importance of that actually is that touch stimulates the brain, it stimulates dopamine, and it connects people. So just something so simple as hugging a stranger or your coworkers or friends and family reinforces your bond and your connection and creates happiness within your life. In addition, the follow-up is that you're more likely to go and do nice things for that person or that stranger.
Or any stranger.
Or any stranger, really. Yeah, there's a lot of studies out that show that we are actually pretty benevolent beings. And it just takes a little bit of education and promotion to get that out, kind of thing. It's a team effort, so to speak, because we are social beings from the core. If we promote that sociability, then we tend to work together in amazing ways, specifically when we have tragedies or life events that can be difficult, so to speak.
And we've seen that demonstrated a lot in the last couple of weeks with some of the natural disasters that we've experienced here in our country.
Very much so, yes. You can see it doesn't matter what party you're from, what gender you are, what religion you are, when stuff hits the fan, people come out of the woodworks just to help others. And you can see that there is a gradient of how people perceive help. But in general, those people that are willing to pick up something that you've dropped while you're walking or something simple like that, those people, they come out of the woodworks to go and help. They become benevolent and they just want to help because others are suffering. So one of the big goals, like I said, is to get people to do that. And during the National Hug Holiday, which is going to be June 12th, 2018 is the next one, what we're going to do here in Reno, Carson, and the surrounding area is actually form hug groups and designate them in different areas of the city and just go out for almost the whole day and try and promote happiness. With that, the goal for the groups is to kind of stay in contact, create a bond, and if there's anything within our city that needs addressing, we can automatically call on those people because they've practiced in benevolence. So,
have you ever gone up to give somebody a hug and they were like, "What are you doing?"
Yep. Oh yeah. The easiest thing I've been out giving free hugs several times, and the one thing you learn real quick is that rejection doesn't matter. Because the people that care about what you're doing will accept you, kind of thing. Once you come through, though, to those people that are like, wow, what are you doing? And I go, I'm just giving you a hug to brighten your day. That's it. And generally, I will approach people, say, hey, is it okay if I give you a hug to brighten your day?
All right.
Easy peasy. And a lot of people will say, no, it's okay. And I go, well, thanks for the smile anyway. You know, our little connection has actually done something, and hopefully for the next 5 minutes, an hour, or the rest of your day, you remember that. and it just perhaps creates less or cultivates less anxiety for you.
So a good mission, trying to bring some togetherness, promote some random acts of kindness. You guys also have an event coming up that's really important to the LGBT community. Tell us a little bit about how your organization is going to be involved in National Coming Out Day.
Yeah, so the community decided that, all the groups in our area decided that it would be a good idea to do something on a PSA level. And so I said, well, why don't we do kind of like a photo shoot, so to speak, and maybe a couple videos where we promote a different idea about National Coming Out Day, where most of it is recognizing those people that aren't out yet or that have come out. But what happens if we refocus the holiday to a more positive one, where we say, let's recognize why support is so important. So this brings in allies as well, the people that don't prescribe to an LGBT situation. So it brings in those allies into the mix and says, well, how does you being supportive affect this community? And it brings awareness to the entire culture around people being able to express themselves freely. It also brings awareness to what it means to be able to express yourself. People that haven't had the unfortunate circumstance to where they have to hide who they are sometimes don't recognize exactly what that does to a person. A lot of times it creates an immense amount of pain. You become anxious, you become depressed. It's very difficult for you to function in life in general, create friends, most relationships. And from the photo shoot, we already did one photo shoot. We're going to do another one just to engage more of the community. But during the first photo shoot, the number one thing I found from allies was that when they understand that somebody's been hiding who they are from them, it brings them to tears. It really goes down to the fundamentals of, wow, this person felt they couldn't be who they are in front of me. So for this coming out day, we're putting out a photo shoot that says there's allies, there's parts of the members of the community. We're asking people to share their story. And when the ally part, if they have had anybody come out to them or they know of anybody that needs to come out, obviously we don't out anybody, but they get to share their stories of friends and loved ones who they realize they possibly knew needed to come out or never found out that they were LGBT until after they died. And then they can understand a little bit of why they acted the way they did.
So this holiday presents a really good opportunity for not just LGBT people to be able to express who they really are, but also to gain a level of understanding for those of us who are not part of that community about ways that we can support our friends and loved ones who might be suffering, hiding themselves.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of vulnerability and really showing your true emotions. So for these photo shoots, I made it to where you can understand what support will do. What changing just your local environment will do for those people around you. So it's a very raw photo shoot, very very fun. Most people are amateurs in it, but that's perfect. That's exactly what people need to see.
So tell us where people can go to see the campaign. Where can people check out some of the photos?
So the photos are going to be going through Facebook, basically, and the videos we're going to post on YouTube, and those will be going through Facebook as well. Compassionate Connections Matter, you can contact or find all the content on Facebook. Just facebook.com/Compassionate Connections Matter / I think it is. Whatever it is.
Just search for Compassionate Connections Matter on Facebook.
Exactly. And
And you guys have another website, or is Facebook the best way to get in touch with your organization?
Facebook right now is the best way to get in touch with the organization. People can email me at compassionateconnectionsmatter.gmail.com. It's pretty easy to get in contact with me or with the organization. Really what we do is engage all walks of the community. So if there's any need that another organization has, whether it be networking or reorienting perhaps how they function, that's what we're here for, is to really break down what it means to interact with a person within a group and kind of bring leadership to that instead of authority, so to speak. So that's another portion of what we do.
So other organizations could contact you if they want help about how to reframe the way they approach people or interact with their client base or with the people that they serve.
Exactly. Yeah. One of the big things that I know for local companies and businesses or small businesses is that like a turnover rate is actually really digs into your bottom line. And so one of the things that we do is we'll come into your organization and go, okay, let's break this down and be raw. How do you guys approach all of your employees? How do you set up your importance? How do you set up your family in your organization? And we go, well, these are tried and true methods. Let's go ahead and see if we can implement some of them within your company. And 6 months later, where are you? Kind of thing. Where are you? If you guys want more education, then we can be weekly educators, so to speak. Otherwise, monthly or bi-yearly kind of thing. But generally, we would just like to certify a company in being compassionate leaders. Kind of like an organic stamp of approval, but different, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Matthew Embrey, Compassionate Connections Matter. Check them out on Facebook here in Carson and also up in Reno. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yep.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you very much.
All right. And thanks to all of you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City, brought to you by Wired Wednesday Digital Artists. Be sure to check out the Carson Creepy Film Festival at the Brewery Arts Center, screening films made locally here in Carson City on October 21st. If your business would like to sponsor a future edition of It's Your City, please contact Darla at the address shown on your screen. I'm Cortney Bloomer. Thanks for joining us. Have a great week.